welcome. I'm so happy to be with you here today, and today is our first video of our Q&A series, so I'm super excited to be here, and without further ado, we are going to jump right in. So today's question is if I have any recommendations for neck relief postures. So I know this past year has been crazy and lots of people have been moving towards working from home, which means maybe different kind of setup when it comes to your computer, your desk, maybe you're working on the couch. So with that in mind, that can put a lot of strain on our neck, especially if we're working on the computer or a similar type of position for an extended period of time. So as we get tired throughout the day, we might start sitting up nice and tall, looking at our computer, but over time, as we use our muscles and as we're sitting and we get tired and fatigued throughout the day, naturally the shoulders begin to curl in, our eyes get tired, so maybe the neck and chin begin to jut forward, and sitting like this can put a lot of strain on the back and the neck. So I'm going to give you 3 postures that I love incorporating into my classes, especially when it comes to neck relief, and hopefully you can use these in your day-to-day to provide a little bit of relief in the neck. All right, let's jump in. So the first stretch that I absolutely love to give my students is stretching out the side of the neck. So you can do this sitting on a chair, at your work desk, on a couch, or even standing. So we start by lifting the crown of the head nice and tall and allowing the shoulders to rest down the back body. From there, on an exhale, you'll just allow the right ear to fall over to your right shoulder. And then you'll pause here for however long you'd like. Now, if this is enough, which it might be, as you might just be beginning stretching your neck, you're gonna stay right here. If you want to go a little bit further, the next option is to place the right hand on the side of the head. Now, notice I'm not yanking and pulling, I'm just gently allowing the weight of the hand to rest on the side of my head. Okay, so maybe you try this out, notice how it feels. If you want to go a little bit further, what you're actually going to do is then lift the left hand out to the side. So it might be high, might be low, somewhere in between, but lifting that hand up is going to give you a little bit even more of an exaggerated stretch. You can even play around with it. You can remove the hand and just notice how it feels to lift the left hand. And just notice how it feels on that side. You can also look down. You can look up, and maybe you'll just get that spot that feels so good. As you're here though, focus on relaxing the jaw and softening the opposite shoulder away from the ear. Whenever you're done with one side, you'll come back up to center, maybe give yourself a little roll, and then go on over to the other side. So again, option A is just dropping the ear down. Option B is hand placed on the side of the head. Option C is lifting that right arm now somewhere out towards the side, and again, relaxing the shoulder down, soften that jaw. All right, so that's the first stretch I have for you. The second stretch is neck circles, which I love so much. So neck circles, we're going to start with the first option and then another option if you want to go a little bit further with it, as always. So option A is similar to our last stretch. So you just drop one ear over to any shoulder you please. Then you gently bring the neck in, or the chin in towards the chest. You roll to one side and then another. So we're just gently going side to side, trying to keep those shoulders pulled back. So I'm not rounding, staying nice and tall, just allowing the head to roll side to side. And similarly, you can just notice a spot that feels good and maybe you pause there. Remember to breathe. So soften, soften, soften. All right, if you want to move a little further, again, pay attention to your neck. Nothing ever in yoga or stretching should be painful. That's your sign you've gone too far. If you want to move a little bit further, your next option is to do the same thing but dropping the head back. So you'll drop one ear over and then you'll lift the chin and then roll side to side, allowing the chin to lift as you roll. Again, remember to breathe. My chin's lifted, I'm not arcing my back. I'm keeping my shoulders over my hip points. And roll. That feels good. I was working on my computer today, so this feels awesome for me. All right, our last stretch that I have for recommendation for you is a seated version of cat-cow. So cat-cow usually is on hands and knees and we roll and open the whole spine, but this we're going to work into the neck. So same concept, we want to keep the shoulders over the hips, whether you're sitting or standing the whole time. But we'll start by inhaling to reach the hands out and around. We're going to clasp them at the top, and on an exhale, bring those hands behind your head. So on your inhale, you lift the chin, elbows will spread wide, so we're broadening the chest. And then on your exhale, we'll begin to look down, bringing the chin in towards the chest. Elbows can come towards touching if that feels okay. So again, you'll inhale to open, spread wide, lift the chin. Exhale, round. And I'll give you a side view of that as well. So you'll inhale, open on up, look up. And exhale, round. And even in this posture, sometimes I encourage students to even roll the head side to side. If you find that nice stretch, you can pause and breathe there. So those are my 3 stretches for you. Feels super good for releasing the back of the neck, any tension that might even gravitate up towards the ears or the skull. If you are going to incorporate these postures into your lifestyle, I recommend adding them in as frequently as you can. So when we stretch, not often, or maybe just like once a week, by all means, once a week is amazing. But when we want to begin to open up the body, just stretching once and then forgetting about it doesn't really do much. Our body begins to close back in. So maybe you start with once a week, maybe you go to 2, 3 plus, maybe you begin to incorporate this into your routine. So maybe right before your lunch break, you take these 3 stretches. It doesn't take long, but it can provide a world of benefit. Also, I'd like to add to this, as you are beginning these neck stretches, take into account as well how you feel about the pain or tension you might be receiving in your neck. Are you trying to get rid of it? Are you having negative emotions or attachment to it? If so, let's reevaluate it and take a step back. Let's find love for how our neck feels right now, because anger and frustration just leads to more tension. So find love for it. It brought you to this video today. You learned a little bit about neck stretches, and maybe it incorporates a little bit more mindfulness into your life as well. On that note, I look forward to seeing you next time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.